Welcome. So today's topic is a really important one that can make such a huge difference in your life. There is one quality and one trait that you can cultivate that more than any others will give you the most tremendous boost when it comes from creating the life that you want and reaching your dreams and reaching your goals and achieving all of the incredible things that I know you're going after in your life. And that is positive thinking. Now, I know I'm not saying anything new. We've heard it many times, and there have been some great authors like Norman Vincent Peale and others who have spoken about this topic in some really eloquent and wonderful and helpful ways. But I've found, as I've gone through my life, there have been times where I have struggled with actually pretty serious clinical depression, sometimes just run-of-the-mill, everyday depression or feeling down. And just to be told to think positive and to try to switch my mindset all of a sudden to be in a more positive frame of mind doesn't work. When you're in those times, when you're feeling really down and really just at a low point, it's very difficult to suddenly snap out of it, and it can be overwhelming when you start thinking about how you need to change your mindset. And in a lot of cases, it becomes another way that you just beat yourself up, and it just spirals you down even further into that state of depression or sadness or hopelessness or whatever it is that you're feeling in that moment. So having dealt with my own battles against depression and negative thinking for many years, I've looked for small incremental ways that I can help snap myself out of it and build myself up when I'm in that dark hole, in that dark place. So I wanted to share some of these with you. Now, before I go into that, I do want to address something that's really important, because this is such a serious topic. It's not something that should be lighthearted. When you are dealing about issues of emotional depression, sometimes it is more than just a mindset or just thinking your way out of it. There are so many contributing factors, and we don't even understand the full extent of it, but there are certainly brain chemistry issues that people with depression may be dealing with. There are lifestyle circumstances. Sometimes we are simply in a hopeless place for a series in our life or a season in our life that we just can't change for a certain reason, and we have to just wait it out. I've been through those periods too. And in that case, it is important to seek professional help if you can. Reach out to a counselor, talk to a doctor, get the support, the serious support and the help that you need, and don't take it lightly. Take it very seriously. But what I want to talk about in this video is slightly different. It's the times when it's not the serious clinical depression, it's just those moments in life when we're feeling low and we're just having a bit of a hard time. And those are the times when you can help yourself. But it does take a step-by-step strategy, and it takes a gentle approach and not expecting yourself to just snap out of it suddenly. So that's what I'm talking about here. Alright, so before I launch into the specific tips, I want to point out something really important to understand about the way that we think, whether we are a positive thinker or we are a negative thinker. In a lot of cases, positive thinking is a habit. And that's really good news, because habits can be worked on, they can be changed, they can be established, and they can become more entrenched in our lives and the way our brain works, so that positivity becomes more of a default setting that our brain automatically goes to. But it, just like working out is a habit, just like getting good sleep is a habit, and eating well, those are all habits. You have to work at it consciously, and you have to develop repetitive behaviors until it goes onto autopilot. So very important consideration as you approach these steps. Tip number 1 is understand the power of words. Understand how important the words that you choose to say to yourself and the words that you choose to say out loud are. They have a tremendous, tangible impact on your brain. So I would encourage you, sit down with a sheet of paper and write out all of the positive, empowering words that you can think of. Here are some examples of some words that I've written down and that I go back to again and again. Hope, soar, courage, strength, build up, renew, fortified, safe, take heart, perfect peace, Steadfast, sustain, caring, mighty, all of these words have incredibly powerful connotations. And when I say them, I can't help but just feel a boost of energy and a boost of positivity. So a really great tip and tactic in order to help instill these powerful words in your mind and make them stick and make them a default that your brain goes to is write out those words on 3x5 index cards. Just as you would with a set of flashcards, like when you were back in elementary school and you were learning how to do math, do the same with these cards. Every once in a while, go through your deck, your stack of your Power Words cards, and it will help your mind memorize them so that when the going gets tough and you're having a hard time reaching that place of feeling good, you can go back to those words. They'll pop into your mind more easily and more readily. Tip number 2, get moving. A lot of times we end up feeling low or feeling stuck or bad. We've been sitting around for a long period of time. Maybe we've been oversleeping, or we can't quite get up off the couch, or we've been sitting at our desk for hours and hours on end without any breaks. The human body and the human brain is not meant to operate that way. You have to move. You have to get the energy flowing, your blood flowing, the oxygen flowing through your body. So sometimes just getting up, going for a walk, just moving around your house, doing jumping jacks, just anything to get the blood pumping and flowing to your brain can be a tremendous boost to your energy level and to your positivity. The other thing is drinking lots of water. So many times I've found myself feeling low, and it boils down to either I haven't had enough sleep, or I'm dehydrated, or I haven't gotten up and moved in a long time. So don't underestimate the impact of the physical part, the physical nature of our bodies and how it's tied to our mind. So sometimes if you're feeling low, just take that first step out the door to go for a walk or have a drink of water. You'll automatically feel better. The third step is to psych yourself up. Before you are about to go into anything that you're scared about or that you feel fear around, build yourself up. Use those power words on yourself and tell yourself, give yourself a pep talk. Tell yourself how great it's going to be, how wonderful it's going to turn out. Build this whole case in your brain for a positive outcome. And you are going to go into it from such a place of so much more strength, and the end result is going to be better. They've actually done many studies about this, where they've had people do things like, for example, shoot hoops with a basketball from a place of, oh, I can't do this, I'm going to miss it, I'm not going to make it, to switching the way they're talking to themselves and saying, I've got this, this is going to work, I can do this, I am great at this. And then they end up landing the shot more times than not. So powerful tip is that self-talk. But I want to add a caveat to this one, which is be realistic, because your brain will call you out if you're going a little bit too far. Like, I know I am a horrible, absolutely terrible singer. So if I suddenly started telling myself, you are an amazing opera quality level singer, my brain's going to go, yeah, no, that is not true. And I won't believe myself, and it's not going to make a difference. But if I were to say, you are working so hard to learn how to be a better singer, and you are doing all of the right things, you're taking lessons, and you're giving it your all, and you're giving 100% of your energy and effort, and way to go, you've got this, you're going to get better. That is completely empowering and is going to result in positive results. The fourth tip is to build up those around you. So many times it's so much easier for us to be kinder or more gentle to the people around us and the people that we love than it is for ourselves. I know that is particularly true for myself. I'll go out of my way to really help someone else, but then I expect myself to just kind of figure it out and bumble through it and give myself a harder time than I would anyone else. So if that is the case with you too, you will find this one particularly powerful. If you build up other people and use powerful, positive words as you're talking to them and you're encouraging them and complimenting them and building them up, it will automatically lift you up too, and you will feel really good. So that's an excellent way to boost your own positivity and also help people around you and help them feel better too. Everybody wins. And tip number 5, speaking of wins, is celebrate your wins. Too often, particularly if we are ambitious people, we accomplish one thing, but then we're immediately moving on to the next and thinking about the next thing. And so we don't spend a whole lot of time just saying, hey, that was awesome, high five to me. So celebrate your wins. Take a moment, just sit back and soak in what you did really, really well before you start tackling the next challenge and pushing yourself to go into uncomfortable circumstances and stretch outside your comfort zone. Celebrate your wins. So that's it. Those are my 5 tips to help shift your brain from a place of negativity into one of positivity. I hope it was helpful. Please leave comments. This is such an important topic, especially when you're talking about mental health and the mental health component of it, and battling depression and battling negativity. This is where we need each other more than ever. We need to form a community and to help support one another and lift one another up and be honest about these challenges that we face. I think one of the most damaging things we can do, and it happens a lot in social media, is pretend like everything's supposed to be perfect and happy all the time. There is no better way to isolate someone than to create a world where you feel like if you're down or not feeling well, it's because there's something wrong with you, and that is not the case. And we need to remind one another that we all go through it. We are all living this human experience together, and we have to join together and pull each other through it. So comment, let's talk about it, and don't forget to subscribe and like this video. And thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you guys more than you could ever know.